Naveed, how much of your own success would you credit to luck versus hard work? As immigrants, as immigrant parents, they always say work hard, work hard, work hard. So if you look at your own journey, how would you describe both aspects?
Well, I think luck for me is the fact that I have the parents that I have. My dad took a chance in 1970 and decided to leave Pakistan to find another place to work. He didn't tell us that he was leaving and going to Canada or going anywhere else. He just got on a train and then took a long journey with a train, buses, further trains, and ended up in Germany. And then from Germany, he immigrated to Canada. So I actually came here at a very young age, at 9. So I didn't have to do what other immigrants had to do, which is show up, work in factories, look for a job, try to get a health card or social insurance number, and really get used to life. Me, I simply had to just learn the English language and go to school. It was in about grade 8 that I told my dad that I wanted to be an artist because I had drawn this really amazing title page for a history project. And he was reading his newspaper and he put the newspaper down and looked at me and said, no, you're going to be a doctor. So that's what he So when you're from that part of Asia, you listen to whatever your father says. That's when I started thinking about, okay, now dad said I have to be a doctor, so I have to be a doctor. That's when I actually started putting my hand up in class and participating, because you got marks for participation, and doing my homework and become academically sound so that I can get on this journey. And really, to get into medical school is also luck and a lottery. There are so many kids who deserve to be in medical school, but because of the number of applicants and the very few spots, especially in Ontario, it's very, very hard. I think I got in 2 days before the deadline. I had a phone call from the University of Ottawa saying that, we haven't heard from you guys. We haven't heard from you. We did tell you you're on the waiting list, but we did send you a letter and you haven't responded if you want the spot or not. I still haven't seen that letter that they sent me. I don't know what is Canada Post, but it was luck. I was lucky. I was lucky enough that I listened to my dad again and went to my family doctor to work because his office was close to Osler. Yes, I worked very, very hard to get into medical school, and I worked very hard to pass medical school and worked hard through my residency. But the leadership part, it just happened. I didn't apply to be the chief of emerge at Etobicoke General. Somebody told me that, you know what, I think you would be good, you should apply. They had to twist my arm. The same thing with the corporate chief job, the same thing with the VP job. The actual job that I actually applied for on my own was the CEO job. So I think what happens is that people see something in you, they help you, they mentor you, they bring you along, they give you the opportunity to learn more. I owe it to Osler that they helped me go to some professional development courses. They helped me with some work that I did at Rotman. So yes, there's luck and there's hard work involved, but the people that you work with and the people that believe in you and mentor you, and there are so many along the way, that's what makes the biggest difference.
And are you glad you selected this career in medicine?
Yes. I don't know what else I could have done. I wasn't good enough to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs, which would have been my only other dream role. I'm happy that I am where I am today, and I'm probably getting less criticism than the Toronto Maple Leafs too, so I'm okay.
And you're a parent yourself, Naveed.
I have 2 boys. I have a 17-year-old who is just in his first month of biomedical engineering and is starting to understand how difficult university is. And I have a 21-year-old who is in a health sciences program and is applying to medicine.
Okay, so they're following in your footsteps.
Well, they're trying to follow in my footsteps. And remember, when you apply to medicine, it's as much about luck as it is about accomplished. So I pray every day that he has the same luck that I had.
Right. And as you were progressing in your career in medicine and then into those leadership roles, how did it impact your own personal life, your own family life in any way?
It's a lot of sacrifices. When you go through the roles of a physician leader, you still have to maintain your clinical skill and your clinical work. So you basically have 2 jobs. You have the clinical work that you do, and then you have your leadership work that you do. And for those of you who may be watching this, whenever you get into a leadership role, they will tell you that we're hiring you in a 3.5 day job. So, it's a 0.5 FTE or a 0.3 FTE. Don't ever believe them. Always a 7-day-a-week job when you become a leader in healthcare, because things can happen at any time. So it does impact your family life, and you have to have a family that supports your ambitions to be a leader. But you also have to know that when do you have to step away from it and dedicate time back to your family. Now in this role, I do much less clinical work. I still do it because you never know what tomorrow will bring. But it does impact your family, and you have to have the support of your spouse and your loved ones before you embark on a journey like this.
Are there any lessons you would want to share with other parents?
The one lesson, especially in this day and age of technology, is that know when to put away your device, know when to put away your phone, know when to get away from your computer, because there are very few things that can't wait. And make sure that you have some dedicated time for your children and for your spouse. And the other thing is that before you embark on a journey, you should sort of set in your mind and maybe the time or the age that you're just going to walk away. Because there will always be work to do in healthcare. There will always be new hospitals to build and new technology and new issues that arise in healthcare. And it's very easy to say, you know what, now I want to tackle this COVID-19 and now I want to do this. But I have a date in my mind on when I want to walk away from this. If you keep that, then you can still have quality time with your loved ones and your family and your spouse.
When you say you have a date in mind, is that in the near future, or is it a vision you hold in terms of what that next career step is going to be?
It's in the future. I won't tell you it's in the near future, distant future. What I will tell you is that I don't want to be playing golf or traveling when I'm suffering from some of the illnesses of old age. I want to do it much, much earlier than.